For the first time in what feels like forever, we're actually seeing a real downturn in obesity rates. But here's the thing. It's not because of some new diet craze or fitness trend. Nope. It's thanks to a truly revolutionary new class of drugs. In this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how these GLP-1 drugs work, why they're so transformative, and what they're teaching us about the fundamental biology of weight itself.
You know the drill. We've all heard it a million times: eat less, move more. It's been the bedrock of public health advice for decades. And the logic, it seems simple enough, right? Calories in versus calories out. But if it's really that simple, why hasn't it worked for so many people? Well, it's failed because the reality is just stark. Globally, obesity is a factor in nearly 4 million deaths every single year. That old eat less, move more mantra, while it sounds good, completely misses the deeper biological forces at play. And that's why this has been such a struggle for so long. So this brings us to the question that really changes everything. What if the problem was never about willpower at all, but about biology? This completely reframes obesity, right? It's not a moral failing anymore, but a biological condition, a mismatch between our ancient programming and the world we live in today. Let's really dig into that. Okay, so to understand why these new drugs are such a game changer, we first have to understand something called the obesity trap. It's this powerful idea that explains how our own biology, which was perfectly adapted for one kind of world, has basically set us up to fail in another. Think about it. For almost all of human history, finding enough food was a huge problem. Our brains evolved to absolutely crave high-calorie stuff, sugar, fat, salt, because binging on those things when you found them was a huge survival advantage. But then, almost overnight, our entire world changed. Now we are surrounded by cheap, calorie-dense, super tasty food that hijacks that exact same ancient wiring, making it incredibly easy to overeat. And the results of this mismatch? They're staggering. Right now, obesity affects 1 billion people. And if things keep going the way they are, by the year 2050, half of all humanity will be classified as overweight. So let's just be super clear here. Fighting against this deep, evolutionary programming is unbelievably difficult. This is why diets are so hard and why most people who manage to lose weight really struggle to keep it off. It is not about a lack of willpower. It is about biology. So, if changing our behavior is so incredibly hard, what if we could change our biology instead? Well, to do that, we need to understand the body's inner symphony that controls our hunger. I want you to think of your appetite as being conducted by a hormonal orchestra. It's this complex system of signals that tells you when you're hungry and when you're full. Now, in people with obesity, excess fat tissue actually disrupts this system. It throws the entire orchestra out of tune, which often makes you feel hungrier and a lot less satisfied. And this is exactly where the new drugs come in. They don't try to fight the orchestra. They act like a new conductor, helping to bring everything back into harmony. Okay, so one of the quietest but most important instruments in this orchestra is a hormone called GLP-1. It's simple. When you eat, your body releases it. It sends a message up to your brain that says, hey, we're full, we're satisfied, and that curbs your appetite. But here is the crucial part. That natural signal is incredibly short-lived. It fades away in just about 2 minutes. Now this slide right here perfectly illustrates the drug's core genius. Scientists created synthetic versions of GLP-1, and they're called agonists. An agonist is really just something that mimics the action of a natural hormone. So in this case, it plays the same I'm full song, but it plays it much louder and for much, much longer. Instead of lasting for just 2 minutes, the signal from the drug sticks around for an entire week. And the effect of this is profound. Your appetite gets dialed down 24/7, you start to feel full much sooner, and that constant food noise, that relentless urge to eat, it just gets quiet. All of a sudden, eating less doesn't require this huge, monumental effort of willpower. The drug changes your biology, and that, in turn, almost effortlessly changes your behavior. The results have been, and I'm not exaggerating, a miracle for millions of people. But this incredibly powerful tool comes with a catch, and some new, really crucial responsibilities. I mean, just look at the numbers for a second. With traditional diet and exercise, a really successful outcome after a year is maybe 5 to 10% weight loss. With these GLP-1 agonists, patients are seeing weight loss of over 20%. That's a level that until now was really only possible with bariatric surgery. But, and this is so important, these results go way beyond just how you look. This is about deep metabolic health. Treatment cuts the risk of heart attack or stroke by 20%. It can reduce the chance of developing type 2 diabetes by a staggering 66%. And the list just keeps going. Improved kidney function, less sleep apnea, even lower cancer risk. It's not just weight loss. It is a full-on retuning of that metabolic orchestra.
But here's the thing. The drug's greatest strength, that rapid weight loss, can also be its greatest weakness if it's not managed the right way. So let's talk about the essential habits you need for long-term success.
This right here is the key takeaway. These drugs are not a magic bullet. They are a powerful tool that makes a really hard thing easier, but they don't do all the work for you. To make sure your health truly improves along with your weight, researchers are emphasizing 2 non-negotiable rules.
Okay, rule number 1. You absolutely must preserve your muscle. See, when you lose weight this quickly, you risk losing a lot of that metabolically active muscle tissue right along with the fat. This is harmful at any age, but it's especially bad after 40. The solution is really clear. Resistance training is essential to protect and even build that vital lean mass.
And rule number 2, you have to fuel your body correctly. Because your appetite is turned way down, you're naturally eating less. And that means what you do eat becomes even more important. Your body still needs the building blocks to maintain itself. So the action here is to prioritize protein to support your metabolism and help you hold on to all that muscle you're working to keep.
So when you combine this powerful biological tool with the right habits, the potential impact on public health is just enormous.
I mean, the potential societal impact is just breathtaking. One model for the US projects that widespread treatment could prevent 26 million cases of diabetes, 13 million cases of heart disease, and over 5.5 million premature deaths. For the first time, it feels like truly defeating the obesity epidemic is actually within our reach.
And I guess this is the ultimate question we're left with, isn't it? We finally have a tool that works with our biology instead of against it. It makes doing the right thing so much easier, but lasting health still requires us to do the work. The future just got a whole lot healthier, but it's still in our hands to build it.